so let's take a look at the market today. Now it's Friday today, so let's see. I've already posted the Astro hours and this is the video. Let's start off with gold. Now remember, with gold, we had these Astro hours yesterday. I had this for a price yesterday, 2,328. As you can see, market dips into there and doesn't go below it. Okay, so that was like, okay, we got in there and that's nice and easy. Okay, so no big deal. Market at the Astro hours pushing up. I said be careful yesterday for gold at 740, and this is your 730, 745 market breaking out. The next Astro hour, this was a target, and then it went all the way there. I did talk about yesterday Asia session 2 o'clock, and that's your 2 o'clock there. Okay. And the target was 9:45 to closing yesterday. 9:45 trade management. If you kept the trade open, that's your closing zone, and that's your 2 o'clock there in the Asia session. Now these are the Astro hours for today. Obviously disregard these ones because they're already done. Now the market still has potential to go up. As you can see, this is our PST level. We've got room to go back up, as you can see, into there. So the trend is up. Buying to go up is not a bad idea. And on the monthly, this 2,000, what is it? 2,418. That's the GAN level. 2486. Okay. You can also push that through. This is from the monthly. You can also do this though. Take this for the beginning. Okay, as you can see, it's done all of those. Pretty much a double range. So we've got market potentially going up into 2,543 as well. Okay, so you can follow this through. I'm not, obviously, I don't think it's going to go up into 2,533 today, but with all the stuff happening on the planet, you never know. But this up move could pretty much take us a bit more higher. Your best bet is your PST on the daily, so just follow that through. If it touches there, this line, the blue line, that's when you should take profit or manage your trade or whatever. So we've got room to go up. And that's basically it. Now, the 9:45 aspect is a bit tricky. It might do a dip and then push up. So be careful for this one. Or, because this is a stop hunt aspect here, we're really going to see the market push up at 9:15. That's your 9:15 there. Alright, so 9:15 is not a bad aspect either. 9:15. And 9:15 after that you got 9:45, which is there. So this zone is a bit tricky. Okay, it could start to go up from here nice and easy, or it could dip down, take stops, and then turn. So you just have to be a little careful here because we've got some sporadic movements happening. If you want to sell, what would you do? If you want to sell, where would you do that? I would wait for, if you want to be a seller from the highs, I would wait until 5:40 to 6:15, okay, which I've noted, okay, and then see what the direction is, okay. Then 7:50 to 8:10 is going to be where the target is, okay. So you don't have to rush today. Yeah, that's how it is. Let me just, what I'm going to do. I'm going to check out something. Just bear with me here. Wait a second. Let's do this. Alright, so let's do this. I've added to that closing as well. Okay, So the market's got potential to pick up from here and around here and just keep pushing up, and we'll see how things go. It could push up into 540 to 611. All right, so we could have like a nice and steady up kind of thing move. All right, and it's nice to see the PST low here as well. Yesterday too, if you use your PST indicator, okay, you should have been fine, because let me see, yesterday if you looked at your PST indicator from here, so you should have been, let me just do this. There, and this would have been at the end of this bar, you would have been in there. Okay, so that would have already given you this line there. Okay, so getting in here right on the open and the closing price. Okay, yesterday's closing was around here, so getting here nice and easy. Okay, it's just like nice and easy going up. So if you're using your PST, you would have been fine as well, just keeping yourself above the line, tight stop loss, and fine. Okay, now same kind of thing here. If we take a look, all right, the market's breaking out here, buying on the line. If we're at an Astro hour and we want to go up, right, buying on the line is always a good option because you've got tight stop loss just under the PST price line here. So following this upwards is okay, and then, you know, maybe a little sideways here and then pushing up. Is there a breakout aspect? A breakout aspect is the possibility at 945 here. Okay, so coming up and then breaking above it, taking stops out is also an option, so you've got to be careful here. Day on the euro dollar daily, let's take a look. Now remember, on the monthly we want to see this down, we want to see this come down here, so no real drama here. Market pushing down, didn't go up into that range again, but if you take a look at your hours, let's take a look. We had yesterday 245, that's your 245, so that's in the middle of nowhere. Okay, so there's nothing to do here. 245, 315, no selling on the lows, we don't sell the lows, so not really much to do here. If you waited for the news came out 330, 345, let's see, this is your 340 there, and then we had what, 450, which is there. All right, with 450, so a bit tricky, not much to do on euro dollar. The market comes down, stops here, and 10 past 6 is there. Okay, so that was where the market stopped. 10 past 6, market pushing up, not much really to do. Okay, but you can see it's going according to our thesis. We want to see the market down here, and that's fine. All right, so if we go back up, selling again is an option. The market having another red day, it's a bit low as you can see, so selling these lows is not really my idea of having a good sell, but we've broken down on the weekly, so pushing down into the HCL 1.0611 is not a bad idea. So just, you know, 1.0611 is going to be a target zone for you. All right, down here. So if you want to sell, market's done an impulse wave going sideways. So the highs of yesterday is okay. The daily pivot is here. I don't know if you want to sell this low. If it's an Astro hour, you're at the closing price of yesterday, the opening, or up here somewhere. Okay, or up here, taking stops out. Then selling may not be a bad idea. The weekly pivot obviously is always a good spot. On the daily, I don't have a price that's too high, so you can take a look at this zone. All right, if the market dips its head back up into 0763, 0790, so between 0760 and 90. Also, your swing day for the euro dollar. Let's take a look what we've got. Swing day euro dollar: Monday, Wednesday, Friday. All right, so that's your Monday, that's your Wednesday, that's your, wait a minute, that's your Monday, market going upwards. And then your Wednesday, that's your big swing mama. And then this is your Thursday, Friday. So Friday we might head lower, stay somewhere low. Next week do the retracement, a few days up, right? Like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday up, and then back down again. All right, so set yourself up for that kind of a scenario, because the market is going down. True, we want to follow it down. That's what I've been saying for ages. But I just hate selling on the lows. All right, and this looks like a good stop sweep from yesterday. Let me just check. No, it's not a sweep. It's right on the low there. Okay, so we'll probably get a sweep on this one. We'll see. Okay, because we got 1.0610 down here as a target. So if the market keeps pushing down, it'll bleed down into there. And then on Monday, we can do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday up, and then sell off again. So those are the options. All right, no selling on the lows. For me, you guys decide how you want to do it. Now, yesterday I said this will be a buy zone, okay, because this is where the market broke out. So I also gave this 5,117 as a price zone there. Okay, but these were the PST levels, remember? Okay, so the market is down here. Astro hours, look what it did, the same thing. Let me get rid of this. Look what it did, the same thing as it did at the top. Remember I said when I was doing the video for Thursday, I said look how they sweeped Wednesday. Okay, they sweep the stop losses from the high of Tuesday on the Wednesday and sold off. Okay, they did the same on Thursday. Look, the low of the day was here. This day goes lower, but the market pulls back in. Remember what I said to you? If we go down and then pull back up quickly, we'll go the other way. And then the market's going the other way. All right, so nice and easy, your target's there and closing done. Okay, so SP 500, what to do with this now? Obviously, there's room to pull back. You can see the market has not gone above the swing day, all right, Tuesday. Because remember, this is Tuesday. We said it's a swing day on Tuesday. Wednesday, we just sweep the stop losses and crashed, okay? So Friday, is Friday a swing day for SP 500? Yes, it is. Okay, it's a swing day for NASDAQ, Dow Jones, and SP 500. All right, so selling again is not a bad idea. So this was obviously a dump, a pump, so we might have another dump here. All right, and selling these is not a bad idea. The market has closed the gap here. Remember I said 2 o'clock is important for the Asia session. That's your 2 o'clock there. Okay, so that's important. So if the market does start to crawl down, we might see it just sizzling. It should come down to the daily pivot. It is sitting right on the closing price. Okay, it's a bit tricky, the closing price, because this is where market traders like to get in. This is why I've got closing prices and opening prices. You can see the opening and the closing are on the same price here today. So if you want to sell 56, 5226, 5226 is doable. Okay, that's on the daily PST. So if the market goes up, let's say New York comes up into here, and you want to sell here, I think you can. It's not a problem to do so. We'll just be following that same dump. All right. And that's about it. Now, if it's strong and it starts to push up, don't stand in front of it. That's a PST level. And look, it's done the targets which I spoke about. So, what can I say? If this week we close, okay, if we close lower than this box, then obviously we're in for a retracement coming back down, okay? And that should take us probably down here. All right, so we still have some room to go if it starts to push down, but right now it's not looking like it. Okay, remember that was the level as well, which I talked about, the first support. Unless we break below that, okay, we're still going to be here. Now what we want to see is, at the end of the day, coming all the way back into here before we go long again. But we're in an upwards trend, and this is going to carry on probably until 2026, according to my calculations anyway. All right, so what we can do here for the intraday trading, selling the PST level, buying the PST level is what we can do. 41 here is 5135. So 5135 is down here. All right, so selling the high, buying the low is your bet. I'm going to get rid of these. All right, make it nice and clean. Here is your trade management. Okay, and this zone is a bit tricky because it is the closing price, and it is a price where the market likes to look at getting in. All right, you want to save the indices for New York, I reckon. Dow Jones. Now with Dow, Nasdaq, same kind of thing. Okay. Now remember I said with Dow Jones we can also have a swing day possibility on Wednesday. That was your high on Wednesday. And remember, Nasdaq had a swing day on Thursday. And that's your Thursday bang bang. Okay, remember indices go together, so we've got to be a bit smart. And if I've got a swing day on a Thursday for Nasdaq, on a Wednesday on Dow Jones, but I don't have anything for SP 500, I've got to assume that these can turn around. Okay, as you can see, the market's done the target there. As you can see, right on the dot. Okay, so getting those price targets is really important, as you can see. Okay. All right, so now it looks like this head and shoulders is going to probably work out for us. If that's the case, selling on a pullback is okay. You can set 38,855 or 38,773. 38,773 is around here. All right, so if the market goes up a little bit, selling is okay. That's the impulse going sideways. Also, if it goes up to the high of yesterday, sweeps the stops and pushes down, that's also okay. This is your trade management zone here. All right, on the daily, if it breaks down, HCL1 37,846, 37,846. Okay, there. As you can see, that's a range as well. So boom, boom, down here. So selling down is not a bad idea either, if that's the case. Remember, that's the head and shoulders. Neckline is here. From here to top is 161. Let's say 160 for the sake of argument. Okay, you want to push 160, is it? 150. Just bear with me. 150. Let's push 150 down, which is pretty much in your box here. All right, so that's the target zone. We should get into that zone. And if that happens in 2 weeks, that'll be good for us. Okay. That's that. Let's take a look at NASDAQ. With NASDAQ also, remember, Thursday, swing day. Whoops, where's NASDAQ? This is okay, this is NASDAQ. NASDAQ making targets there. This is a price level, remember I talked about, so I'm marking these price levels for you, okay? And this is from yesterday, 340, that's your 340 there. Nice and easy. Price level, Astro hour, up move, going all the way into there. So that's not a bad trade either. All right, Thursday, boom. Now remember I said we could get into that zone, the market did, and looks like we have a breakout here. Okay, so on the PST we have a breakout, but the market is still in the box. All right, so what to do with this one? Tricky, because it's done that level. Remember the PST level line there, nice and easy. It does it, it touches it, and then that's just bingo, trading. So what to do now? Friday we could sell the high. It's doable. Okay, so market going, retesting the high. This is an engulfing and a breakout on the price and a breakout on a PST. So poof. So I'm not sure I want to be selling that. If we are somewhere down on the daily or the weekly at Astro hours, Friday, like 5:40, 6:15, okay, then buying from the lows up is not a bad idea. If we're hanging around here, that might also be a good option, because that's the closing price. Market might just start to push up. There's a gap here. The nice thing would be for the market to come down until opening, and then we go back up again. If it doesn't do that, if it hangs around here, then you have to be careful. Then, you know, the market can take a swing from here as well, Thursday, Friday, because this is a pump, and then we could go for a dump. Okay, now Dow Jones is down, NASDAQ is up, SP 500 is up, so we'll have to wait and see. Okay, so wait for the Astro hours. If we're at the highs, and if you want to take a punt shorting it, I would do it with caution because of this breakout here. Okay, a buy level, if you want to buy it, is 18,276. That's the good buy kiss on the daily. 18,276. 18,276 is around here. I'm going to get rid of that. Okay, that might be a place where the market can buy, or down here towards in between the daily and the weekly. Why? Because of the gap here. All right, so if you want to wait for this zone, okay, at an Astro hour, if we're down here including the weekly level, all right, then going up could be an option. Okay, but I don't like to go against a breakout on a PST. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. Let's take a look. Here we are back again on the daily. Now this is a dip down. This could be a 3-day retracement up. Okay, and then we'll see. Now, what I always say about consolidations: consolidate, 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 and then we get a big move, right? So you got to be careful here. If it's consolidating, we're either going to blast up or blast down. Because the lows are higher, blasting up is an option. All right, I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to get rid of these on the 4-hour charts because they're done. Okay, so this is a good sell-off where the market closed below the swings. So market wanting to sell again is an option. So we're in a bit of a dilemma here. Okay, on the one hand, the trend is up. We've broken above this level, and you can see the market is not closing below that line I drew, which is the high that it did ages ago, the high of highs. Okay, now we're higher and higher, and for the past 3 weeks the market is closing above, so it's a bit tricky. Your first resistance is 62 if you're trading the 72,440. 72,440. So that's your first zone. Now yesterday also, let's see what happened at Astro Hour as well. This was an Astro Hour, right? 315, 340. That's your 340. Now you could have bought here because this is the opening and yesterday's closing was here somewhere as well, and that would have been at what, 10 past 8. That's your 10 past 8. So if you bought here, you should have been in the money and you would have been doing fine. And that's basically it. So today, that's a zone, that's a resistance zone there. So if we keep consolidating sideways, okay, as you can see, market going sideways, we're either going to have a boom up or they're going to sell off right here and push down. Okay, so you got to be careful with this one. If it breaks out, we've got room to go into the 80s. Okay, if it breaks out, and that's okay. So that's that. Let me just get rid of this. And that target, if it breaks out, we've got an LCL 175,550. So you can mark that in, okay? And that's if it breaks above this, okay, which is 62, which is the level I just marked in, 72,440. Okay. Now 72,440 is within this range. So the price needs to also break out if we're going to go up. If it breaks out on a pullback, you can go back in to follow it into that if you're doing intraday trading. If you want to buy the lows of the day, 48 is where you want to get in, which is 68,410. 68,410 is on your daily right here on the weekly pivot. Okay, we talked about this weekly pivot zone before, and that's it. As you can see, sideways consolidation. We're either going to blast up or blast down, so be mindful. Okay, highly likely to go up because of the higher lows. Okay, so we've got a triangle here with higher lows happening, so blasting upwards is an option. All right, so buying the lows at Astro Hour to push up is a better option because then you can cover the trade here.